Welcome back to the Savannah-Safe Jazz Festival 2020, coming to you live from the Ships of the Sea Maritime Museum. We hope you're enjoying the show so far. Wonderful music, more to come. We want to thank, of course, the City of Savannah for its continued support and contributions to the festival. They've kept us going many, many a year, and they're doing it again this year. We can't say thank you enough to the City of Savannah for making this festival possible. Savannah jazz history is as rich as you'll find anywhere in this country, whether it's Memphis or Chicago. Savannah has its share of wonderful jazz as well. We have new members to induct tonight to the Savannah Jazz Hall of Fame. There are 3 members who you'll meet and feel, yeah, they contributed to Savannah Jazz and they deserve being members of the Hall of Fame. Tonight we welcome 3 worthy contributors, and the person who's going to induct them for us is the Savannah Mayor, Van Johnson.
Thank you and good afternoon, all 4 corners of the world. We know that they all coincide and intersect tonight in Savannah, Georgia. Welcome. We are so glad that you're here with us. We know that this has been some extraordinary times. We were waiting for 2019 to leave and 2020 to come, and 2020 came. And we have been pressed, we have been challenged in every way imaginable. What I'm so happy about and so proud about is that in the midst of the adversities that we faced, in the midst of the challenges that we've encountered, we have shown that we are still Savannah strong. And we are Savannah strong because we showed Savannah love and we showed Savannah resiliency. And we've done that by doing 3 simple things. By wearing a mask, watching our distance, and washing our hands. And so we were determined that we were not going to let COVID-19 stop the best jazz music in the world from coming from Savannah this year. And so we are so honored to have been able to work with the association, with President Paul, and with all of you. And if you look around here, this is as socially distant and as safe as you can get. I don't think anybody's close enough to even touch anybody around here. So our news today to COVID-19 is sorry, you lost in Savannah this year. You lost. So it gives me great pleasure as being the 67th mayor of the city of Savannah to be able to talk a little bit about our Jazz Hall of Fame inductees, and then I will introduce our president to conduct the induction ceremonies. For 39 years, major contributors to the Savannah jazz history have been inducted into the annual Hall of Fame through our Jazz Festival. Among the 42 members, some of the most notable include Joe King Oliver, Johnny Mercer, James Moody, Irene Reed, Jabo Smith, Trummy Young, Connie Haynes, Joe Riley, and one day, Van Johnson. You heard that, right?
I heard that.
One day. But candidates are selected based on having over 15 years of living and making contributions to Savannah's jazz history. And tonight, what an all-star lineup of individuals that we all know, we all love, and we love all their contributions to the jazz history here in Savannah, Georgia. I thank you all so much for coming and being a part of this. I thank those of you who are watching around the world in all the time zones. And when it's safe to come to Savannah, we want you to come and see jazz live and in person. Ladies and gentlemen, our president, Howard Park.
Thank you so much, Mayor Johnson, and thanks for an amazing job you've done for our city. We all appreciate it greatly, and without you and the city council and the Savannah government, we would not be able to put on this Savannah-Safe Jazz Festival. Thank you for all your help. This is going to be an abbreviated induction ceremony. We're not going to hand anything to our new inductees right now, but we will bring them up so you can see them. And Mayor Johnson will be able to give them an elbow bump to thank them for their great years of service. So without further ado, our first inductee is a gentleman named Tom Glazier. And Tom, if you can come up. Tom is the co-founder of Coastal Jazz Association, now known as Savannah Jazz. And he started this organization back in 1982 with Teddy Adams and Ben Tucker and some other Savannah luminaries. And he was, in fact, the first president of Savannah Jazz. And we're ready for you to take your next turn whenever you'd like. He was the leader of Savannah Jazz through the first two Savannah Jazz Festivals 38 and 39 years ago. And he was responsible for funding and producing those festivals for us. And leading the first special event for Savannah Jazz, which was for Hearts for Huxsie, and you'll hear Huxsie Scott a little bit later on, one of our Hall of Famers. Tom is from Michigan, University of Michigan graduate. We are inducting two of those today. That says something for the university. And he spent his professional life working with chambers of commerce over the years, both here and in Atlanta. He's now retired from that. He moved back to Savannah not too long ago, and very happily joined us back on the board after a lot of arm twisting. And he has been an invaluable supporter of Savannah Jazz and is leading our effort for our new Savannah Jazz History and Hall of Fame exhibit, which is going to open in the spring of 2001. Tom Glazier, thank you so much. Thank you.
Quickly, just want to thank everyone, Mayor Johnson, and I'm just, Randy, Reese, I think, and Teddy and I are the only ones of the original guys. There were so many, Is Karp and Boo Hornstein and others that really got this organization off the ground, but it's Paula Fogarty and Howard Paul that have really propelled it and taken it to a new level, and I'm so proud to be back, and I'm so proud of this honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next inductee is a very distinguished gentleman, historian, educator, and he's been part of the jazz scene here for many, many years. Dr. Charles J Elmore, Sr. Dr. Elmore is a Savannah native, a retired professor emeritus of humanities and former head of the mass communication department at Savannah State University, where he taught for 35 years. He's an undergraduate degree from Savannah State, so you came back, but his master's and doctorate are both from Michigan, so we're happy to have two Michigan alum here today. He's published 7 books? Yeah. 7 books. Most importantly to us, though, the book, All That Savannah Jazz, from brass bands to vaudeville to rhythm and blues, the 125-year, it's a 25-year history when he started writing it. And it's going to be probably the key to most of the information that we're presenting at our new museum and history exhibit. So we really appreciate your being here, distinguished professor, lover of jazz, and now an inductee in the Savannah Jazz Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.
I just want to say this. I'm certainly humbled by this, and if it were not for my wife, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have been involved in jazz so much. I'll write another book and sit down and get to know all these things about jazz and Savannah. That's new, this is another book, so thank my wife for that. But also, putting all things aside, I've been friends with Teddy Adams for years. It was Teddy that guided me as I wrote that book. And I also like to give special attention to Tom Glazier. One heck of a gentleman, hard worker, a driving force behind this history exhibit in the museum, and also Paul Fogarty, a one-man band. Wait, she is doing great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Elmore. And last but not least, and we're going to get him on the stage, and then we're going to keep him on the stage because he's also the top call jazz pianist in this area, Eric Jones. Eric's originally from Moultrie, Georgia. He started playing piano at the age of 5, and at 11 he started studying trumpet. He went on to pursue an undergraduate degree at Armstrong Atlantic State University, and he recently completed his master's degree in composition at Georgia Southern University. He has been, as I said, the first call pianist here in Savannah. He's worked with Esperanza Spalding, Stuart Copeland, Keith Miller, the Metropolitan Opera, with our friend Wycliffe Gordon, who's here tonight performing. And he was also commissioned to write composition for the Children's Choir of Savannah, and he's been a contributor to the Savannah Music Festival and Voice Festival as well. He released his new debut record in 2019. You're going to pronounce it for me.
Azubuike.
Thank you. With his trio that includes Mark Chesanow and Robert Saunders, both of whom have been playing throughout this festival as well. And so, thank you, Eric. We're glad to have you in the family. It's great to have another jazz pianist as part of the Hall of Fame, and we will call on you often to fill that seat.
Well, thank you, thank you. Yes, this is a humbling experience. I wasn't expecting this, and Savannah was supposed to be like a pit stop to New York, I guess, you know, but it turned into close to 20 years being in the city, and it's been a wonderful experience. Savannah's treated me really well, made a lot of wonderful connections with a lot of amazing people and mentors, and so I'm really humbled by accepting this. So looking forward to providing another 20 years of music.
At least.
At least.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you all, inductees. We're going to set the stage now and begin our Savannah Jazz Hall of Fame members concert for the next hour or so.